ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to HCS Pro Talk. Will, it's your weekly Halo Esports podcast. This is episode 60, the big 6-0, baby, for the week of February 19th, 2019, as a matter of fact. My name is Josh, aka JK Fire, who got a haircut. I'm alongside the wonderful, amazing man who just had his birthday recently, who does not have a haircut. Will, aka I am Mr. Mayhem. Will, how are you on this surprisingly not too cold Minnesota Monday afternoon?
I'm doing fine. Be doing a lot better if I would have been able to get my haircut today. It was a 2-hour wait at the place I go to, and I said, no thanks, I'm not going to sit around.
Where do you go to?
I use the Sports Clips here, and
okay.
So it's they do a decent job at cutting my hair the way I like it. I have colics in a couple spots.
Oh, okay.
And they kind of know about them at this point and know how to work with them, so that's why I like going there.
That's awesome.
I can talk. I feel weird going to Sports Clips though, because they do kind of like the pampering thing where it's like.
I literally talked about the same thing at work today.
Oh, really?
I'm not kidding. Yeah.
So I feel a little weird going there, but
sure,
they do the haircut right. So
I go to Fantastic Sam's.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that you know how like in their reporting system they have like a note section.
Oh, yep.
So I asked them. I'm like, hey, do you remember if like the person put a note in there for what I usually get? Because I forget every time I get a haircut.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 4 to 6 months in between my haircuts. It's a long time. So the chick looked at me. She goes, "We don't normally keep notes on profiles." And I'm like, just check for me. Sure shit, I have a note on there that says exactly what I get for a haircut.
Nice.
So yeah, it was easy.
Yeah, I know. They keep notes at Sports Clips.
Good.
And I know that I get a number 2 on the sides and about finger length on top, which is usually around an inch.
Sure.
3/4 to an inch. Yeah.
See, I'll never remember. So I'm just never gonna go anywhere else. It's as simple as that. Will, we're gonna call this the show where we talk, the episode where we talk about Halo. And probably a lot of Anthem. So, what's coming up on this episode? Well, that's a great question. Well, I'm glad you didn't ask. First and foremost, people are still playing Apex Legends, Will. Us included. Anthem surprises. MCC update irritates the competitive community. Tournament results galore. And community creates things aplenty. So, it's gonna be, we're gonna call this this isn't like to be a detriment to this episode. It's gonna be like the run-of-the-mill episode, if you will. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have a topic this week. Things are gonna be low-key. We're chilling. We're chilling right now. We're gonna talk about some Halo. It's gonna be a good time, so we hope you enjoy this episode. Will, what do we always start this show off with? Roster Mania!
We usually start with some Roster Mania, so here we go. I read all the Twitter handles last week. Not going to do that this week. So here are the names. We'll start with Gamers for Giving. Free agent list. The Bronx Demons looking for a team. We have Adamant. 3 Beer Belly. Gohan. Easy. Hypo. Tusk. Kevin Clutch. Ghoul. Admiral Bunny. Bulkasaur. 2 Vicious. Canology. Most Dope. Hosty Shots. Kaiul. And Nautilus EXG. Gamers for Giving partial team list. We have on one team RCN Display, world famous, and Zypok. Another team looking for some players. We have Saber and AF Reality, however you want to say it.
It's your segment. You pronounce it any way you want, Will.
Next team we have Slogy and Struggler, and last team we have Klepto and Revamp. Free agent list for DreamHack Dallas is as follows. The OG Killer. Jay Weezy. A lot of E's in there. Gohan. Coco the Janitor.
Thank you for putting like emphasis on the E's and Wheezy.
You had to.
That's good.
Galloping Elk is a coach looking for a team.
Oh, wow.
We have Easy Again, King Abyss, Exile, Sterling, Crewman, Assertive, INC Dead Lie, Hypo, Trunks, Tusk, Protein, Slurshot, Poseidon's BR, Cool Ranch Senpai, Joy Slays, Quicksilver, Bulkasaur, Exocide 07, Venom, Edane, Ovistico, sure,
Why not?
Gunstrafe, Chronology, Senshi, Most Dope, Hosty Shots, and Kaiul. Teams looking for players. We have Display, World Famous, and Zypok, Flamehead, The Only Toxic, and Engage. We have Dread Takedown, I Always Slay, and Daffy. Next team, Tosh and Berserk. Next team is AF Why does it always trip me up? AF Reality Saber. Next team, Just Eon and Shreds. We have Hillian, CE, and Catastrophe. We have Drizzy and Uday looking for a couple more players. And we also have Neutralizers, Schooliage, and Pawsey looking for one more. That's what we got.
Where can we find that list, Will?
You can find it over on noobcombo.com. Very helpful tool for those looking to play or to join a team.
Hell yeah!
That's all we got for Rostermania this week.
Hey, Will.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it's time for?
What's that?
Remember that episode a while back where I screwed up and put Will's Adventures before this segment?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? We actually have some for this segment, which means it's time for COD and Other Games Watch! Take it away, Will. What do we got?
Oh, Tashi posted, and he is looking for people to play Apex on PC. Tweet states, need some friends to play Apex with on PC. Origin name is Tashi HCS. So he's looking for some people to squad up with.
He is. He put his Origin name out there, so everybody send friend requests.
Yeah.
And maybe you can play with the man himself. And hopefully get some dubs. Just like we did not over the weekend. But that's besides the point, because that does it for COD and Other Games Watch! But actually, we're actually going to get into where we didn't get wins in Apex Legends because we played other games in the Will's Adventures with the Haloverse and other games too!
Yeah. Here we go. Games for this last week.
What did you play, Will?
Played some Apex, like you just said. Did some Blackout and multiplayer on Black Ops 4.
Yes.
Played some Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Yes.
Played some Sea of Thieves.
Yes.
And Anthem.
Yes.
And your list is pretty similar, but
Why would that be, though?
We'll talk about that more. What did you play this week, Josh?
Well, Will, thank you for asking. I played Apex Legends, Black Ops 4, Smash Bros. Ultimate, and Anthem. So we'll just get right into it. It was Will's birthday over the weekend, so Will,
yay!
Happy birthday!
We already went through all that.
Thank
you.
Alexa did it as well. It was pretty sweet. Oh shit!
Yes, she did.
She just heard me call her out. Sorry, girl. My bad. But yeah, it was your birthday over the weekend, which means it was myself, you, and Joey, and we did a little LAN party over here.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great time. Thank you for having me. We got half of Joey's PC issues taken care of. The other half, not so much.
Oh, he needs to build a new one.
But he's going to, so it's going to be just fine. But it was funny as all hell when so for those who don't know, we all brought, so this is a really crappy thing to say considering we have a Halo podcast, but we didn't even play any Halo over the weekend. So we brought PS4s and our PCs over to Will's place.
Just because of what we had in games.
Yes, exactly. For things that we could all play together.
Yeah.
So on and so forth. And so Joey brought his behemoth of a PC over. And we come to a realization that he has a, what 7-year-old CPU, right?
It's like a 7 to 8-year-old CPU.
Yeah, with a stock cooler.
Stock cooler, never changed out.
Yeah, which means like that thing sounds like my PS4 does.
Yeah.
Like a jet engine.
It just wouldn't stop.
No. And what was originally thought to be the fan on the back of the PC turns out to be the CPU fan. It's like, that's not good. Temperatures were fine. Everything was as good as it could be. He's building a new PC, so everything's going to be fine with that. But yeah, what were your highlights from the weekend, from the LAN event?
Had? Yeah. We got some wins in Blackout.
Yeah, second game.
It was our first game.
Was it the first game?
Our first game on, we got a win.
Joey went off. Like, oh my God.
You seemed like, oh, okay, we got a win.
Well, it's because I didn't do anything. Like, I was kidding out of my mind, right? We all had great gear, great guns and whatnot. And we're like, every time we'd get to a new area where the circle's closing in, Joey would just be popping off. And be like, all right, well, I guess I'm just going to keep looting, then woo.
Yeah.
And then we got to the end and, I finished off somebody who was down. That's all I did. And I put suppressive shots down.
Yeah. For reference, our buddy Joey got 9 kills. I got 2, and Josh got 0.
Yeah, I got 0.
And
I didn't do anything that game.
It felt like Joey could have just won that game by himself.
Like, yeah, he was just rolling through.
Yeah, he was just steamrolling people. It was amazing. No, we did have the right gear. We put down the we had sensor darts at the end.
Yeah.
We put the right gear down at the right time.
Yeah.
And that's just everything just went how you want a game to go.
I think the best...
No sticky situations.
Right. I think the best play of that game was, the funniest play of that game to me was we're in that house, right? And we put down the mesh mines, we put down the shield, we had that thing fortified, right?
Uh-huh.
Then Joey goes outside and he's like, hey, I see somebody in the cornfield. And we're like, we should like not engage because you can't see shit in the cornfield. Joey's like, nah, man, I'm going in. And he just took him out like nothing. They're like, okay, all right, I'm just gonna roll up.
Yep,
sure, why not?
It was his idea to fortify the house too.
Was it?
And then
so funny
because he put down the barricade, and then we both threw down mesh mines, and then yeah, he goes outside the house anyway to get the kill. But no, that was a good time. Getting those wins was exciting. And I think it was more exciting because we had so many issues with Apex.
We did, yeah.
So we tried to play Apex first.
Joey tried to play it frequently throughout the night.
Yeah. Joey kept getting disconnected
all the time
while loading into games mid-game.
Yeah, it was
just sitting in the lobby.
Yep.
And I'm hearing a lot of people are having these issues. I'm seeing it quite frequent on Twitter.
Yep. I've had one crash so far in all the time I've played Apex. I've had one crash.
So hopefully they figure out what's going on.
I agree.
Because they need, with the traction that game's getting, they need to have their servers running well.
The game is too good to have these problems.
I agree. So what do we play? We did some Super Smash Bros.
Funniest event of that night.
Yeah, that was
the Falco punches, dude. That was the funniest thing of the entire night.
Josh showed that he is definitely the more practiced because he actually owns the game.
Out of the three of us that played the game, I'm not good by any means.
You're the only one who owns it out of us 3, so I expected it.
Right, but when we were getting to Joey was picking a different character each time, right? And eventually he comes on Captain Falcon, all right? And the thing that we've learned about Joey in that very brief play session is that he goes for big plays the whole time. Like, he goes for big boy plays. Like Ben Roethlisberger in the NFL. It's big boy plays. So he picks Captain Falcon. We spawn in the map. And this was the ice map, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. This map was tiny. It kept moving everywhere. And as soon as we spawn in, Joey finds the button for Falcon Punch. And so the whole time, Falcon Punch, the whole time.
Well, the best part to start off at it was Falcon Punch, Falcon Punch, Falcon Kicking off the map.
Yep, he Falcon dive kicks off the fucking side of the map. It was the greatest thing ever. So eventually we come to a point in time where he lines it up perfectly to the point where I get right in the crosshair. And the next thing I hear, and Joey's sitting right next to me, so it's myself on the far right, then Joey, then Will. And the next thing I hear is, felt good, bitch! And I just get decked off the side of the bed. That was the greatest thing of that night, by far, was the Falcon bitch hit. Yeah. It was so funny.
Another thing, we were all waiting for games to download and update. Yeah. So you and Joey did your fucking homework at my LAN party on your PCs.
Hey, I finished my class. Yeah. So you know what? It felt great. So thank you for being that good influence.
I guess so.
And thank you, PlayStation, for being a shit service.
Yeah, on the download. God.
It's so bad, dude.
Yeah, so bad.
It's so bad.
But anyway, our last game here, Anthem. And you wanted to have a little bit longer discussion. What do you want to hit on this?
So the reason why I put like longer discussion on this is because, okay, people knew that I was semi-jazzed for this release, right? It's BioWare's newest game. Yes, it's published by EA. That's kind of besides the point, but we'll tie that back in. Mass Effect Andromeda was basically shit. It's a game that we don't talk about because it's not like it had good things going for it. It's just it didn't set itself apart from anything else. It was very generic. Story wasn't great. Character development was not great. It wasn't that BioWare RPG that you were expecting, right? But then again, it wasn't made by the direct BioWare team. So that's another thing to take into consideration. So people left, people joined, so on and so forth, and the new BioWare made Anthem. Story is not that bad so far, and Will, you can attest to that as well. You can talk about that further. Mm-hmm. I still love the combat. I still love the flying. The thing that irritates me the most about this game right now is the loading screens. They're terrible. They're absolutely terrible. They're, and I'm running the game on an SSD, and that game is still slow to load. I also think it is incredibly annoying that if you are too far away from your squad mates and they press on further, then you, after the timer expires, you're teleported to them, but there's another loading screen. It's not like Destiny where it's like damn near instantaneous, or Halo where it's instantaneous, right? I think the game, so to be completely honest with you, Will, that when we played on that Friday, that was the only time I played.
Okay.
Like I didn't have any time over the weekend. I was busy doing baby stuff. It's been a whole thing, right? But with the time that I've spent with it, it definitely has potential to me. I don't think it's going to be amazing. I don't. Like, I can tell it's not going to be amazing. But I know that for the $15 I spent for that subscription, I'm going to get $15 worth of enjoyment out of it. Hell, I might get 30, maybe more. Depends on where the game goes down the line. They have a roadmap set. But in the words of HCS Pro Talk, we'll have to wait and see. Will, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was more than I expected out of it. So that's always good. Yeah, the loading screens get annoying. I'm on a part right now where you have to do free play.
Okay.
To further, I don't know what I'm saying, to
further progression.
Further progression.
Sure.
And there's these challenges that I'm not really like. It halted the story for me.
Okay.
To go do these, and it seems like more of a chore.
Yeah.
At this point in the game, where like I'm like, come on, I don't want to be doing this. I'd actually want to be doing missions and moving on. But yeah, the game's fine. Not great. I was excited for it when it launched and I was able to play, and it's poorly optimized right now. I hope they change that.
Incredibly poorly optimized.
So,
you know what this game seems like to me? Like, people are shitting on Crackdown right now, but like, I think with Crackdown, I'm going to get my enjoyment out of it too, because it just looks fun to play. Explosions, whatnot, not in it for anything else. It's just going to be mindless, whatever. Anthem, to me, with how poorly optimized it is, with the loading screens that are absolutely terrible, with the way the menuing works, and the fact that you can't change your loadout on the fly, you have to do it back at the base. Like, it's so half-baked to me. The environments look incredible, the details incredible, the shooting's great, the combo mechanics are pretty cool, and the story seems like it's there. It's just all of the things behind the scenes seem very, very bad right now. And so here's hoping that with patches we can get things back to the way we want them to be. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Anything else you want to add, Will, before we move on?
No, I guess that's it.
All right. It's time, Will, for the news. First and foremost, we have the MCC February update. This is over by over at HaloWaypoint.com. This is posted by Postums himself. And I quote, as part of today's update, this is not today, this is before, we've added a special Valentine's Day nameplate along with an IP masking option to hide your IP. On the playlist front, we're adding multi-team into social matchmaking in a new Microsoft Store 2v2 series playlist so they can get some practice in before competing at your local Microsoft stores. As always, deep in the code, there are also a series of bug fixes and some behind-the-scenes groundwork for future playlist updates and content. But before we get into all those tidbits, let's dive right into and talk about the overhaul that has been done to social games and multi-team, which includes what's easily one of the most fun game types ever made. Social games. Yes, Rocket Race is back. This explosively fun mode will live in social matchmaking within the multi-team playlist. However, before we start launching ourselves across the universe on our mongooses, or mongeese, whichever you prefer, let's take a closer look at all the changes to our social offerings. Late last year, the new Match Composer was added in MCC, allowing players to customize their own matchmaking experiences. Since its launch, we have been listening to feedback around what areas players wanted to see changed. After parsing through several months of feedback, we are happy to now bring you an updated social games experience, which we hope addresses much of the feedback we've received. The biggest change with this update is a more logical grouping of game types based on behavioral data, similarity, and player requests. Several of the new additions help account for game types people have requested for the Match Composer. We have also heard the want for FFA to come to Match Composer, and although it is not in this update, the team is looking at ways to fill that void for players in the future. Here are the new groups that have been added to social games within the February update. Flag and Bomb. Attack and defend bases in scenarios involving flag and bomb objectives includes Capture the Flag, Assault, and Ricochet. Zone Control. Capture and control zones on the map to earn points. This includes King of the Hill, Territories, Extraction, and Dominion. And finally, Asset Denial. Attack enemy targets and defend your own. This includes Oddball, VIP, and Regicide. To help visualize everything currently available within the Match Composer, we provided a full breakdown below. This details all possible options for the various team sizes and which game type selections are applicable in each game. That graph is in the Halo Waypoint article in the show notes of the Google Doc of the show, so make sure you check that out. We're getting pretty good at that, Will.
You are.
Hey, you're fine. No, we both are. Next up, My Valentine. For many, games are best played with a friend. Thinking back to my youth, there were hundreds of late nights spent stuffed into a friend's garage with 15 other people playing on 4 CRTs and 4 Xboxes, battling to see who was number 1. Since Halo has always been best played with friends, the team has put together a beautiful and loving all-new Valentine's Day nameplate that friends can earn by playing together. Starting today, you'll be able to hop online and work towards earning this nameplate. There are 2 ways to acquire it, one in multiplayer and one in campaign. If you prefer multiplayer, you can play and compete 10 games of multi-team and social games to earn it. As a note, quitting out of a match will disqualify that game from being counted, so make sure you are completing at least 10 games. If campaign is where your heart lies, you and a friend can play through 3 unique co-op campaign missions to earn it. The campaign missions that are excluded are cinematic-only missions, Spartan Ops missions, and Halo 3 ODST's Mombasa Streets. The team is planning to grant out these nameplates a few different times, but be sure to play your multi-team or co-op campaign games before the end of the month to be eligible. The first series of grants are targeted for February 14th, with 1 or 2 follow-up grants later in the month, and a final grant on March 1st. Best of luck, Spartans. Player protection. This is probably the biggest one here. Over the past several months, we've worked with the community to remove individuals whom are toxic and like to ruin the experience for others. The 343 public team recognizes that it wasn't enough just to monitor and ban players who are using nefarious tools to harm other players' experiences. So, With this update, we are bringing a new feature that will give you the option to hide your IP from players during matchmaking. Prior to this update, your IP was exposed to anyone in a match-made game as all voice communication is transmitted over peer-to-peer connections. With the February update, the team has provided a new option to ensure those peer connections are proxied through relays, which will effectively mask your direct IP and prevent sharing it with individuals you may not trust. If you have turned on relay servers and are playing match-made games, your voice communications in the game will be sent via the relay servers and will no longer be exposed to others in the game. Please note that match-made games make use of dedicated servers while other ways of playing with people, i.e. custom games, use peer-to-peer networking and still may result in your IP being shared with other players. If relays are set to off, your IP will be potentially discoverable in match-made games. So, who and where can players discover your IP on MCC? Matchmaking. If relays are set to on, nobody. If relays are set to off, anyone. Custom games, anyone. These are peer-to-peer run games. Co-op campaign, anyone. These are peer-to-peer games. And finally, Spartan Ops, again, anyone. These are peer-to-peer games. Where do I need to turn off the relays? Where do I need to turn the relays on or off? Server relays can be found on or off by navigating to options in career, then settings, then network. So this is a huge issue that had happened for weeks and weeks where really it was like larger streamers who were streaming MCC would get kicked off all the time because people would find their IP and kick them off. Mm-hmm. So hopefully with this fix now in there, that totally prevents that. People can remain online for a lot longer periods of time and play more Halo, which is always a good thing, Will. Next up, the Microsoft Store 2v2 Series playlist. With this update, we're bringing the official settings for the Microsoft Store 2v2 Community Series online in a new playlist. This will help people get some game time in, playing the settings found in store competitions across the globe. So, Daniel Daybreak sent us a DM on Twitter asking where he can find the settings and whatnot for the Microsoft Store tournaments. And I let him know that I believe the playlist is in MCC. Lo and behold, playlist is in MCC. And if I'm not mistaken, you should, quote unquote, should be able to get the game types and the maps from the official HCS file share. That is official HCS. Okay, so check that out. They should be there as well. Next up, patch notes. Below is a complete list of the bug fixes that are included in today's update. Global campaign. Fix mission tracking issues so campaign achievements will unlock much more reliably when resuming after the game update. Fix a bug where the timing was improperly calculated to properly award the achievement for completing an under 3-hour legendary playthrough or campaign. Global matchmaking. Added several new game variants with various fixes and improvements. Halo CE. BTB variants globally now have 15-minute time limits and include Halo PC weapons. Fixed an issue where the intended vehicle set was being doubled in BTB Slayer. I wonder how many vehicles that means are being removed then. Per map. That's something to look into. BTB CTF no longer requires flag at home to score and disables instant touch return. Wow, I could only imagine how long games must have been if you had to have your flag at home. That'd be a disaster. Alright, and then finally Halo 2. Infinite sudden death has been disabled for 1 flag and 1 bomb variants. Thank God! Oh, Will, do you remember in the community playdates that we had when we had a neutral bomb on Zanzibar in Halo 2?
Oh, yeah.
They finally fixed that. Thank God. That was a fucking nightmare. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, we lost that game because they got that extra.
They did. They got that infinite time. Mm-hmm. It was past the sudden death. The timer was at 0-0, and yet they were still able to go. And the bomb was not in their hands either. Like, it was on the ground.
Yep.
Thank God that's done. Okay. And looking ahead. As many know, there's some fun competitive Halo action coming next month as part of the HCS Invitational at South by Southwest that will feature MCC in some new and fun ways. In addition, the team has work underway to deliver more improvements and features in future updates. For a while, the team has been working on bringing fan-favorite Forge maps in MCC for the original games, and we're happy to report that the many hours of investigation and work around this is starting to pay off. While the timing isn't nailed down yet, we are excited to bring a handful of those original maps into MCC for you to play on. The team is also still hard at work with the custom game browser that was announced last year. We look forward to sharing more details and eventual hands-on flighting once we get it all wrapped up and ready to go in the months to come. We are looking forward to sharing this feature with everyone once it is good to go. Lastly, as you've noticed now, today's blog update is missing our regular fan favorite section, The Scoop. Rest assured that Sean is still working hard behind the scenes and under the hood to keep #FixAnMCC. We'll be back with another engineering deep dive in the not too distant future. Thank you for your continued support of MCC, and please keep the feedback coming. We'll see you online. Next news story, Bonnie Ross has been officially inducted into the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences Hall of Fame. You can check out her interview at the video in the show notes of the Google Doc of the show. How about some competitive news? We got it for you, Will. Here we go. Halo 3 settings update. This is by official HCS over at HaloWaypoint.com. A little bit of controversy surrounding this one as well. And I quote, "Since Halo 3 has come back into the competitive scene in a big way, we've been keeping an eye on the competitive settings from both a player and viewer's perspective. For the HCS Invitational at South by Southwest, we're planning to make some minor changes, but we're looking for your help in collecting data and providing feedback. With Oddball on Guardian and King of the Hill on Construct, we've been noticing many dead man walking scenarios where, at the end of the game, one team is so far ahead that it's mathematically impossible for the other team to come back. This is especially true for Oddball on Guardian. For viewers, this often leaves the match in a weird state where some players are still playing, some have put their controllers down to celebrate, and perhaps some have even taken to Twitter to announce their victory. In matchmaking, we believe these scenarios, where the outcome is decided before the game actually ends, is also causing players in matchmaking to quit rather than finish out the remainder of the match. To alleviate this issue, we're looking to reduce the score to win for Oddball and King of the Hill from 250 to 200 on both Guardian and Construct. It's a minor change that we hope will have a meaningful impact. We've talked to each of the team captains attending the HCS Invitational, and they'll be scrimming, practicing in custom games, with the updated settings so that we can watch and gather qualitative feedback. Additionally, we'll be updating the Halo 3 Team Hardcore playlist in MCC from February 15th through February 17th to get more test coverage and also pull data on how the new settings are performing. Overall, we're looking for the percentage of games that end on score rather than time to increase, as well as a decrease in quit rates. Based on the data and feedback we receive, we'll be looking to officially implement the settings update for the HCS Invitational and the Halo 3 Team Hardcore playlist by the end of February, just in time for the big event at South by Southwest. We'll continue to keep you updated on the progress along the way, so be sure to follow @HCS on Twitter for all of the latest. We've also created a forum thread on here on Waypoint where you can chime in with your thoughts, and we'd love to hear if you think any other changes to competitive settings should be considered. So, there was quite a lot of backlash on this in the Twitters.
On the score being changed?
Yes. Because, if I'm not mistaken, people were thinking that maybe now it's too low, I guess. I mean, I could try to find the tweet where this was actually announced, but there was a lot of negative feedback for it. There was some positive for sure, but there was, with the professional players in there, I think it was a lot of negative feedback towards it. Now, granted, in the article, it does state that this is testing. It's not fully implemented. They're not actually, this isn't final.
Yep.
They're testing it. So if you are a professional player or you do want to let your voice be heard, then make sure you're scrimming. Make sure you're practicing it. Check it out in the playlist that it's there, and let your feedback be known. So,
and they're just trying to, like they said, they're just trying to eliminate that dead in the water kind of aspect of the game where it gets late game and people aren't trying, and then how they're trying to make the game competitive as possible and make it fun to watch.
Sure.
Because sitting as a viewer at home when they're just counting down the seconds.
So here's my question. Legit question for you, Will.
Yeah.
So in matchmaking, you can't really do shit in this scenario, right? It's either you quit or you stay it through. But in a tournament setting,
they could just end it.
Why not? Why do you have to sit there? You don't have to. Mm-hmm. You don't have to at all. If you physically know the game is impossible to win by continually holding onto the ball for the duration of the rest of the game, end the fucking game.
Yeah.
Because not only not only does it make it so you can continue on with the fucking series or just move on within the tournament, but then you don't have that instance where you have viewers just sitting there like, why are we waiting?
Yep. Why are we waiting for the time to click to go down while
and
we
then
know
the
this is
players
already
don't
over?
have to dick around either.
Yep.
Why? Do you see an issue with that happening? No?
No, and honestly, from moving it from 250 to 200, that just limits the possibility of an epic comeback in a game. And it's happened in matchmaking before where someone goes down, it could be 205 to 150 or, something low, and you just grab that. Your team gets set up finally towards the end of the game and you're able to hold it out for the rest. They should. I think 250 was a good score. I think that they should do what you were saying. And for tournaments, if they need to cut it short, just cut it short. You have the ability to do that during a tournament. And it'd just be better for the viewers, the spectators, the players themselves. It still keeps the good image. It keeps it more competitive when you have to get to 250 rather than 200.
I agree. Okay, so Moses said, good change. Booba Dooba replied with, not at all. Maybe for Ball, but not King of the Hill. And then Commonly said, just scrimmed it. King of the Hill ended with 6 minutes left in regulation. Ball seemed good with 200. He tweeted out a couple streams so Tashi could tune in. APG said, don't agree with this at all. Maybe, just maybe, Ball getting reduced. Change it up and potentially add in Heretic Ball. That's not a bad decision. Putting in Heretic Ball? We haven't seen that in a long time.
Wonder how that would play on Halo 5.
No, this is for Halo 3, though.
I know, but just...
Are you talking about just Oddball on Truth?
Yeah.
In H5? That could be. Huh.
It's so symmetrical, but there's a lot of nooks and crannies.
It is, but at the same time, you're not, you never have an opportunity to...
You can't play ball.
But not only that, but you can't, necessarily hold down an area, I guess you could say. I think I would like that more faster-paced approach. I like that idea. That's actually a really good idea. Let's see. Oh, sure shit. Callus says, has the possibility of just ending the match been looked at for tournament play? Because I don't think shortening the score to win gets rid of the issue. The problem is still there. It will just happen 50 seconds sooner now. Trying to help. Please let me know if I'm missing something. Similar to how we manually end the match for overtime CTF rules, could we have the refs or the desk keep track of when the match is mathematically over and have them give the official endgame decision? Tashi replied, I think we want to avoid those types of scenarios altogether to make for a clean and clear player and broadcast experience. While manually judging that is relatively easy for CTF, it becomes potentially very difficult and error prone for Oddball and King of the Hill. NHW_Curran states, definitely a touchy situation you have here. I love the fact that you are looking at this kind of balance. Surely there is a way to avoid this in future titles. However, for this, it will be a nostalgia versus change discussion for sure. Tashi replied, I'm of the mind that if Halo 3 was still competed on in 2011 and beyond, we would have had V9, V10, V11, and so on for settings. After you play things for a while, things surface where improvements can be made. And we're just testing and exploring that, except for Halo 2 midship, that's perfect. I don't think it's error prone. I don't think it's error prone at all. The analysts state right away.
Yep. Oh, this is dead.
It's mathematically impossible. They say it every single game. Because the best part about the Halo casters is that they used to be professional players during Halo 3.
Yeah.
Therefore, they know exactly what to look for. They have the times down immediately. And even, the player doesn't need to be the person to instigate it, right? It can be somebody on the desk because they have mics in. They can just say, they can talk to the coach and they can talk to one of the broadcasting people behind the scenes and say, hey, go tap the coach on the shoulder, let them know they can end the game. Because it's fucking over. Mm-hmm. I don't see, I'm not shitting on Tashi, I'm just rebutting against him. It can happen. It should happen. If you're that worried about dead man walking scenarios, mitigate it altogether by ending the fucking game.
And I get for tournament play that makes sense. They're also trying to eliminate people dropping out in matchmaking.
Sure.
But like that, I forget who said it, but the problem can just occur 30 to 50 seconds earlier.
I think it was it Boo Boo Doo Boo who said it?
I think it was after Boo Boo, but yeah, I mean, you're still going to come up with the same scenario if a team's just dominating.
Oh, it was Callus that said it. My bad.
Callus, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It is a touchy subject. I can definitely see that.
Yeah, I don't. It just seems odd to me because, like, you know, I've watched competitive Halo 3 since its inception, right? And never seemed like an issue before, and yet here we are. I mean, there's a reason why. This is going to sound weird, okay? But bear with me. I think you're going to get what I'm talking about. It's been this way for so long, right? And in Halo 3, you had an MLG playlist. Okay? It was literally called MLG. In an MCC, you have H3 4v4 hardcore, right? Which is MLG settings. Okay? Therefore, why change it? If you just don't play in that fucking playlist. Go to a different... I'm so confused. I'm so confused why this is a big deal. Why does this have to be a big deal? Why you're... I'm not trying to get ranty, Josh. I'm just trying to understand, right? They're testing... You know, fuck it, ranty Josh coming up. They're testing changes a month before a tournament. What the fuck are you doing? Why? Why are you testing changes? You're doing the Fortnite thing. You're doing the Fortnite thing where you release a patch the week before a tournament takes place or the day before a tournament takes place. This isn't to the extreme of the Fortnite scenario, but the fact of the matter is you're testing competitive changes a month before a major tournament. Are you high? Just stop. Just fucking stop. You can evaluate this after this Halo 3 season's completed. Go ahead and reevaluate it after that.
Is there really there's no season going on. It's just bouncing from tournament to tournament.
Yeah, good point.
They're going to have to make it at some point, and why not do it sooner rather than later?
But why do it before a fucking tournament? It's the same thing. You know what? Halo 5 oddball.
Yeah, it was kind of a mess.
They got rid of it. And then they brought it back later on after they fixed their shit. Don't be testing changes a month before a tournament takes place. Yes, this is a quote-unquote minor change. Okay, this isn't game-breaking. But like you said, this could potentially cause upsets not to happen. We don't know. But the fact of the matter is, you shouldn't be doing this. You just shouldn't. But that's just my opinion. I don't know. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm all for making changes to, try to better the... I don't even know how to phrase, like you said, or I guess better the viewership, like what it feels like for the viewers to watch. But I feel like games are tweaked a little too much nowadays.
Sure.
To be honest. Everything's changed from how, and a lot of the times people let's bring it back to Fortnite.
Sure.
They took out so people used to double pump shotguns, right?
Yes. Oh, those are broken.
It was broken.
Yeah.
But they also, when they took out the double pump, they also reduced the damage of the pump shotgun. So you couldn't down people with a shotgun blast to the head. If you have a shooting game, that seems to kind of make sense to me that a shotgun to your face would take you out, or at least do most of the damage. But they brought it in a game where you have 200 health. They brought it to where the shotgun was only doing 80 damage, so you had to hit someone 3 times. Kind of made the pump shotgun obsolete.
Worthless in that patch.
Yep.
I remember that.
This is where, I feel like games are changed too much. Yeah.
It's okay. I'm going to read what Caddy Musician said here. Okay.
Okay.
In this tweet as well. Caddy says, I remember watching a Denial versus Tox matchup last event, and Tox didn't even try to score the first 5 minutes of the game. Weird strategy. I feel like moving the score down to 200 and chopping off some time will force the players to be more aggressive and end the game quicker. I can agree with the being a more aggressive part, for sure. It's like, I wanted to read his comment because it brings a different perspective to it, right?
Yeah.
It's just, my problem is that, okay, Tashi, I get exactly where you're coming from. If the game was competed on since 2011, yes, we may have V9, V10, V11 settings, right? But we don't. We don't. Okay? These settings are so established right now, I just don't see the reasoning to change it. Adding Heretic Ball, I think is a great idea. Adds more variety. That is a definitive, more aggressive style of play on that map. And you can keep the score limit the way it is. Because you have to rotate. Like that map is fast paced the whole time.
I feel like adding a map at this point though would just create outcry from the pros.
No, people were expecting that in that update. Like replies to this tweet have been, I was expecting Heretic Ball.
Interesting.
Yeah. It didn't happen.
Oh, all right. I just feel like the pros expect competitive to be a certain way, and I feel like adding Heretic Ball at this point would have thrown them off of that. But
yeah, it's just weird.
Well, all right.
It's weird to me.
Outcry from the MCC patches and changes.
Indeed.
We'll see if they actually implement these changes for the tournament, because they said this is all testing so far.
Yeah, and I'll be monitoring more feedback that comes in on Twitter and whatnot, just to see what other people are thinking, because there are a lot of people that are for it. There really are. I'm not trying to say that it's the worst idea in the world. It's just, it's very odd to me that you're doing this a month before a major tournament. That's just me. Like a major tournament in the sense of where we are right now with competitive Halo 3.
I was going to say.
I know this isn't like a top tier MLG event, okay? But in the standings where we're at right now, this is a major event. But yeah. Should we move on?
Yeah.
Next piece of competitive news. UGC announces weekly Halo 1 2v2 tournaments. Is a tweet from UGC, and I quote, "We don't take prisoners in Combat Evolved. Time to dust off those pistols, Spartan. Halo CE 2v2, 32 teams, single elimination, 6 weeks." You can go ahead and check out the info in the tweet in the show notes of the Google Doc of the show.
Hopefully they figure out their prize pool.
Oh, we have a lot to talk about, Will. We'll get to that. But that does it for the news. And since we don't have any scrims to talk about, Will, what do we got for some tournament recaps, my man?
All right. We'll start off with the Grind Break Esports Cafe Halo 3 4v4 results. And there's a question mark because I guess we don't really know the results.
I'm going to let you read through it, and then I'll let you know what I found.
Okay, so what we see as first place is Janitors BR, Stormy, Saiyan, and Rami. And there's maybe a bracket?
Okay, so if you go to that bracket link, they're the only team that shows up.
Okay.
So, yeah. Because that's the only information I can go off of, and because they didn't post whether or not anybody won on their Twitter, there you go. Maybe those are your winners for that tournament.
All right, next we have the Calgary Esports CEL2. Calgary Esports
LAN
2.
I'm pretty sure the L stands for LAN, I think.
It's a Halo 3 4v4. And first place at this event went to Pat Spankum, Chilled, Dordo, and Blortons. Congrats, guys.
Love that name,
and
Pat
girls.
Spankum.
Pat Spankum. Very nice. Next, we have Halo Project Brazil, Halo 5 FFA results. First place went to Margaritos.
Sounded good to me.
We have Doug, RK, Halo 2 is the best. I should be saying the places. So first, Margarito second, Doug third, RK fourth. Halo 2 is the best. Fifth was Dark Paladin BR, and sixth went to Lord Canarius. Next up, we had the Halo Wars Champions League Tournament number 3, hosted by Halo Wars Tournament Central. Here are the results. First went to Almirante 99. Second was Cars and Cameras, Third was fourth was LHEX Zero and Nintendo Hippie. Fifth through eighth was BS Bessa Fetto?
Separate it. Be safe, though.
Be safe, though. Oh, my God.
We're there. We got there. It's okay.
Be safe. Okay. Next, we had Jeff Kills, Rock Generation, and EOD Spartan, Seb.
So there is supposed to be a separate, there is supposed to be separation between third and fourth. That match is more than likely going to take place while we're recording this show. So third place will either be LHEX Zero or Nintendo Hippie. Therefore, fourth place is the opposite of that one.
Predictions? I'm going to say LHEX Zero.
Me too.
He's been at the top.
Established. He's established. But the other thing is, Cars and Cameras has been at the top of these tournaments lately. And that's it's usually what? It's usually,
Well, you had Almirante, LHEX Zero, Rock Generation's a pretty big name.
And then,
we saw, and then Mike Beeston.
Mike Beeston, that's it. Yeah. Those are usually the top 4 that we see all the time. So, yeah, Cars and Cameras making a name. Getting up there. Good shit.
All right, next we had the Salt Flats 2019 Halo CE 2v2 results. First place went to Chilled You and Silos the Villain. They took home $200 Canadian dollars. Is that what that is?
Yeah. Congratulations, Silos.
Yeah, good job, man.
You killed it, dude.
GG's. Second went to Lightning and Smosler. They got 80 Canadian dollars. Third went to Killer Jojo and Dordo 3. $20 to them. Fourth went to Dead Iron Pickle. Okay. And Seeing Red. Fifth through sixth was Eggs and Omni. And Mr. Crowley and
Mr.
Peter Pop.
Crowley. Sorry.
Seventh through eighth was Spend Chromatic and Cherry Cola. And we had Boom Headshot 16 and Crazy. Ninth through 12th, we had Waifu and Plat Plat. We had Guzma and Reaper. We had Kawasaki and Wody. Then we also had Puppet and Ashley. Moving on to the Beyond Classic $2,000 Halo 3 4v4 results. First place went to GMS, which was Goofy, Gabriel, Tusk, and Eco. $1,500 to them. Second went to Elevate, which was Trippy, Penguin, Zerka, and Guntype. $500 to them. Third, fourth was WOAS, which was Wanward, Filthy G, Omega is Better, and Ryan Noob. And then Team Reciprocity, Pistola, Snipe Down, Roy, and Lunchbox. Fifth through eighth, we had Tox Gaming, Snakebite, Lethal, APG, and Royal 2. Status Quo, Ace, Neighbor, Best Man, and Assault. Lux Gaming, Boobadooboo, Cloud, Demon D, and Gilkey. And Denial, Straight Sick, Aries, Commonly, and Shayla.
Congrats to Elevate for getting second in that tournament. And actually, even bigger congratulations to GMS. Apparently they made their right change.
Yeah.
Yep. But that's nothing to take away from Zerka because he clearly is on a great squad as well. So we'll see what happens.
Next up, the UGC Winter Series Week 2 results.
Here we go.
First went to Waste of a Seed. Second went to Endless. Third, fourth, Mazer Gaming. And next up, fifth through eighth was Thick Johns Only. Mason City Minotaurs, Ballistic Rounds Gaming, and YGJOWTM.
Oh.
Josh, you want to speak on this?
This Winter Series, man. Oh my God. I'm irritated on both fronts. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm irritated with the organization of the tournaments, and I'm irritated with the teams competing. Not the teams who've stuck it through. I'm irritated with the teams that are quitting. But I can't be incredibly mad at them because of how poorly the tournament's been set up. Okay? there's like really barely no money to play for. And again, we've talked about it multiple times where it shouldn't just be about the money. It should be about the art of competing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you're really not going for anything, it's like, what the fuck's the point? And now apparently you're getting seeding points for the next UGC major tournament that happens, of which we don't know when that is or what that is. So maybe if we had information on that for something to go off of, then we'd have something to work towards. That could help, potentially. Yep. More money would be nice. But then again, like, there aren't that many people working there. Like, you can't expect them to provide huge chunks of change. And I'm not expecting them to do that. It's just, the way the first one was set up with being on a Friday night, that was bad. Then with this one, basically the same issues where teams left, just straight up left. Tox, if I'm not mistaken, Matty Rum said that Tox did not compete because they wouldn't have their full squad. Can't blame him for that. That's fine. It's just, I don't know what it is, man, but these have been shit shows so far. And that's no discredit to the teams who've won. Like, the teams who have performed well, who are out there competing and getting those placings, I can't fault you for that. Like, good job. Please continue. But what needs to change? Like, Will, I'm asking you, and I'm also asking the listeners, what needs to change for people to actually care? Like, and give a shit about all this?
Well, if you're looking at the players, I think there's a few factors coming in. The prize pool is one of them.
Yeah.
The timing of the events just doesn't seem to work with their schedules. But
that's why they moved it to Saturday.
Yeah.
To try to mitigate that.
I don't know. I think it's just a mentality thing of the players that it sucks, but they don't want to compete for that low of a prize pool.
It makes sense. It definitely makes sense. It's just, what happened to wanting to compete just to compete? What happened to wanting to prove that you're the better person, that you're the better player?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm not saying that they don't have that mentality. They still do, obviously, at major events, but it's like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, but they've proven themselves so much. What's left to prove?
That you want to shit on kids?
Sure.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think if the prize money was there, they would definitely be sticking it out. I don't know, like you said in the beginning, you kind of see it from both sides. Like, the organization's been kind of meh. The prize pool's not there completely for what they want it to be. And maybe it was just the fact that they didn't set expectations from the start. If these teams would have known what they were competing for from the start and not have all that kind of hazy...
Yeah, it was semi-hazy, yeah.
...of what was actually happening.
Yep.
So...
maybe if they announced what that next event was going to be.
Yeah.
Because then we know what the seeding points are actually going to go towards.
Even though, I was thinking about this the other day. The way the tournaments are set up.
Yeah.
What's stopping Tox from not getting their seeding points and coming to through the open bracket and just destroying everyone else anyway?
Literally nothing is stopping them from doing that.
So
why not?
What's the motivation to go after these points?
There isn't.
So that's...
But if you've talked to UGC, like in their Discord and whatnot, they're saying like it's really just for fun tournaments right now. Yeah. Like, it's just something to have in the meantime before the next major event. It's something to have people compete in if they want to. It's not a giant prize pool. The seeding points are there. And I can't blame them for that either. Like, I think it's great that don't get shit twisted. I think it's great. I'm not saying that you are, but like for those who might not know, like, I think it's great what UGC is doing. I think it's great what all these other tournament organizers are doing. More competitive Halo is great because it's always there for us to watch. It's always there for us to talk about. We can have predictions. We can see the upsets. It's more competitive Halo is good competitive Halo in my mind. It's just like you said, Will, if there's lack of good communication, then when we have our expectations set, and those expectations have to be drastically lowered, it gives a bad taste in the mouth.
Yeah, maybe that's why these teams aren't competing as much. They don't want to put up with as much because of what they were expecting and what they didn't get.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like you said, I'm all for these events in the meantime. Do I miss the large events? Oh yeah. Who doesn't?
Right.
But UGC is kind of, they brought the first like classic Halo event back.
Yep.
Kind of re-sparked interest. Unfortunately, they didn't follow it up with anything big, because I think that's what is missing right now is another big event on the horizon. Well, no, we do have Gamers for Giving and DreamHack. We have the Invitational.
DreamHack is the big one down the line. Like, that's the one that's further forward. That's like, what, June, July, right? Yeah.
But think about it like as the Halo World season or the season we had previously.
You'd have the roadmap.
You'd have the roadmap. And if they had the UGC's next event posted, you might be able to bring the pros into the smaller tournament to get their points for that.
Right.
It'd just be like the game battle tournaments on the weekends. They were Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Teams were putting time into those.
They were.
I think they could make it work. But in the state it is right now, I understand why teams are dropping.
Yep.
And hopefully they'll figure it out and they'll compete in the next few, but we'll see what happens. Should we move on from the Winter Series here?
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Next up, we have more tournaments for you, believe it or not. Halo Draft League final Season 1 standings going into the playoffs. So I believe we were just waiting on one team to make it into the playoffs. So here's the final. First place team on the season was Safeties Off. They're your number 1 seed. Second is Casually Filthy. Third is Stay Trippin'. Fourth, Scars Esports. 5 is Spellbound Gaming. And in 6th place, taking the final playoff spot, is No Mercy. So, I don't know when playoff starts. Do you?
Soon.
It's going to be soon, yeah.
Very soon. Yeah, they were finalizing layouts and whatnot, but I think those are finalized now. And yeah, those matches are going to be taking place very shortly. And we also have a special announcement. You ready?
Sure.
So, Season 2 registration is officially open for the Halo Draft League. Hop into their Discord, link your gamer tag in there. There's instructions on how to do it all, and get registered for Season 2! It's exciting stuff. There's going to be way more details to come. We'll talk about it all on the show later, once we get those details. But yeah, if you guys don't know what Halo Draft League is, it's like, think about a professional sports draft, right? You have values associated to the players, and you have a cap space as well. And you draft your players with that cap space in mind, and you build the best roster you can. And like, there have been some incredible matches that have taken place in the first season here, and there's only going to be better ones to come. And I think it's awesome, the amount of work that they've been able to do, and really like the good production value that has happened. And this is just the first season. So keeping that in mind, and the only way they can go is up, there's going to be, I can't wait to see what the future holds in store for this league. It's going to be fantastic. So if you're interested in more competitive Halo 5, check it out.
All right. Josh, do you want to take this one since you love it so much?
The AGLA, American Griffball League of America. Weekly match results, we got them for you. First and foremost, Straight Griffin went up against TBD. Game score 5-0. Straight Griffin taking that game. Next up, we had SML08 Rookie League All-Stars plus Kazink going up against Team Ninja. Game score was 5-2 going to SML08. Next up, we had, again, SML08 Rookie League All-Stars plus Kazink going up against the Pork Chop Sandwiches. And this time it was actually a 5-1 going to SML08. Next up was Pork Chop Sandwiches going up against Our Lady Tuna. Unfortunately, Pork Chop couldn't really bounce back, so Our Lady Tuna won at 5-0. But not to be outdone, Shadow Realm went up against Our Lady Tuna, and let's just say that they banished Our Lady Tuna to the Shadow Realm with a 5-1 victory. And finally, the Shadow Realm went up against Paradox Warriors, where again, Paradox Warriors were banished to the Shadow Realm with a 5-0 win going to Shadow Realm. Here are the standings. First and foremost, for the Hammer Division, Stray Griffin, 10-0. Hot diggity damn. That's a straight up God Squad right there. Never Let Go, 7-1. Necrobunk, 3-4. Way to Fail, 3-3. We Respect Hose with a Z, 2-3. Collateral Damage, 2-4. Stat Patters United, 0-3. And Paradox Warriors, 0-7. Let's check out what's going on in the Sword Division. First up, we have Rooster Bucks to Blow, 7-1. Shadow Realm, 7-1. Our Lady Tuna, 5-2. TBD, 2-4. Lumbridge White Knights, 1-3. Team Ninja, 1-5. SML08 All-Stars and Kazink, 3-6. Oh, and Pork Chop Sandwiches, 0-6. We'll include a spreadsheet that includes links to all of the schedule, the standings, the stats, all that fun stuff. It's included in the show notes of the Google Doc of the show. Will, it's time for some shoutouts. First and foremost, well, actually, I just got really two here. I want to give a special happy birthday shout out to my main man, Will, aka I am Mr. Mayhem, sitting here looking all pretty and shit. You know, the co-host, the producer, you know who it is. You're my boy.
Thanks,
I'm being really weird right now. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
And then also another special birthday shout out to the main man, Matty Rums, over at noobcombo.com. Check it out. It's good shit. It's a great website. Very, very well done. So, happy birthday to you guys. Yeah. That's what I got. Oh, I guess we could just, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to start rattling off some off the top of my head. Shout out to Silos winning that tournament. That's awesome. Also, I believe he was organizing, like he was running one as well.
Yeah.
So, like, shout out to you, man. That's fucking great. Not only were you running one, but you were competing in one and you won. That's awesome, man. That's fantastic.
Man definitely has some love for Halo CE.
He does. Whoo, boy, Silas loves the Halo 1. Anybody you want to shout out specifically, Will? Anybody in general?
I just want to say thanks for everyone who wished me a happy birthday, either in the Discord, on Twitter. Much appreciated, guys. Thank you.
You're welcome. I guess shout out to Europa Halo. We're excited to see the next tournament that happens. Also, if you guys have not checked out their monthly podcast, I'll make sure to find the fucking link and I'm going to include in the show notes. So again, shout out to Europa Halo for that. That's fantastic. The State of EU Halo, check it out. It's good shit. What else we got? Shout out to Halo Data Hive. I know you can't really do much without an API for MCC being out there, but we still appreciate everything that you do and continue to do. You're fantastic. Man, what else? I was trying to think. There's more out there. You know who you are. We love you. Shout out to everybody that listens to the show. You guys are absolutely fantastic. I'm sorry we didn't have a topic for this week, but you know what? I think it was great here sitting next to you, Will, chatting about some Halo. You got some little ranty Josh in there too. You know, been a little while since we've gotten one of them. What are you writing down on your piece of paper? Yes! Will! You should have just fucking spoke up. The 1v1 tournament that we have yet to fucking plan, and it's in a week. So
we're slacking, guys.
It's just been so hectic with other shit. Great point though. So you and I, can we like say that tomorrow
we're running through the maps? Well,
yes.
Here's the thing. We need to get this tomorrow. We should release the sign up sheet tomorrow.
Okay.
Even if we don't
the day
like
this episode releases.
Yep. Even if we don't like the maps and modes, we can edit them tomorrow and then have those out by tomorrow night.
Perfect.
So
done and done. Okay, so it is official. The official HCS Pro Talk 1v1 Halo 5 tournament will be taking place on Saturday, this coming Saturday. What's the 23rd? Right? God. I think it's the 23rd.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, we're so good at this, Will. Oh boy, oh boy.
The 23rd.
Perfect. Saturday, February 23rd. Time to be determined. Yay! What do we want to do? 5 Central? Do we want to start at 5? 8 would be too late for the community play date.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Should we do 8, 5 or 6?
I like 5.
5?
I was gonna say 4, but 5 is kind of
4.
5 is good.
5?
Are we limiting it to a certain amount of players?
Yes.
What do you want? I'm gonna say 16 to
32.
To 32,
16?
somewhere in there, because we don't even know how many people we're gonna get for this. So
yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, 5 p.m. February 23rd.
We'll start with 16. If there's more demand, we can release more spaces.
We'll be like the UGC.
Yeah.
You know, like
Unlimited.
we'll put out cryptic tweets.
Yeah.
No, we're not fucking going unlimited. No way. So we're gonna do the UGC thing where if the demand is high enough, we'll increase it once. But we're not going to do the UGC thing where we're running till 1 a.m. So, the best of both worlds.
There you go.
It's gonna be our first tournament. You gotta give us some slack.
It's just for fun. It's just for fun, guys. There's no like major prize pool or anything.
Correct.
It's gonna be fun just to get some people playing and hanging out together.
Really, the main reason why we did this is to give Scud and I a reason to shit on each other.
To play, yeah.
That is how this came to be. That's how this came to fruition.
It's the running joke, just week after week. Is if one of you guys kills the other, it's get shit on.
Well, it's not even that. It's not even if we kill one another. It's like if let's say I get 3 shots on Scud and he gets cleaned up by somebody else, I'm like, get shit on Scud. Or it's the same way. Like if I get shot twice from Scud and I get cleaned up from a sniper shot cross map from somebody else, he says, get shit on, Josh. You're like, fuck. No, but like that was the whole, like that's where that came from. So again, like Will said, it's a for fun tournament. We hope to see you there. It's going to be a good time. Will's going to be casting.
Ugh.
So
we'll see about that.
It'll be fun. It's going to be really fun.
Scud's over by this area that I don't know what it is, and
hey man, what are you going to do? Anything else? Shout out to Halo Draft League, keeping Halo 5 alive in the competitive scene. Good shit. Love to see it. Season 2 is going to be incredible. Can't wait. Shout out to all the community tournament organizers out there. Like we have Halo Wars, we got Griffball, we got Halo 5, we got Halo 3, we got Halo 2, we got Halo 1. Like, it's just, I'm waiting for that Halo 4 tournament, man. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. But no, it's really great to see all these people coming out, and you love to see it. Can't wait to see what the future holds. Yeah, that's all I got. Will.
Yeah.
What do we got for some community creations?
As always, go check out Meme Monday over on Reddit. We have top Halo clips. Week 4 winner was announced. Week 4 winner has been decided by you, the people who voted. And it is, drumroll, at Mint Blitz. He got a gnarly kill tack in CE that also garnered 33 likes in a couple short days. Congratulations, Mint. And try not to spend your Xbox Live gift card all in one place. But you kind of have to.
Did you say garnered?
Garnered. My voice kind of like... Something kind of came up, so it just
what the fuck was that? Okay,
I apologize. Garnered 33 likes. I just gotta roll with it sometimes. Yeah. Next we have here we go. Dead Iron Pickle Red versus Silos and MS Jewel by Silos over on YouTube. Go check it out.
I said I was gonna include it a week ago.
You did.
I forgot.
And now it's here.
And now it is.
We have a Halo 3 short vid by Comin for Ya Beanie.
This is absolutely incredible if you have not watched it yet. It's very sentimental. It's not funny. It's just very sentimental.
Is it the one with
Apex Legends?
Apex and then it goes black and white?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Next one, we have Master Fear Halo 3 Hardcore Montage edited by Xander over on YouTube. We have How Dirtying Weapons Changes the Game, Denial vs. Tox by Shyway. We have How Aggressive Tactics Knocked Reciprocity into the Losers Bracket by Paradise Halo. What tournament are they talking about there? Do you know?
The Reciprocity and Losers Bracket one?
Yeah.
UGC Halo Classic.
Okay, gotcha. We have what Spartans do on their free time. Halo Skee Ball by Mail Buddy. This was the new map, right?
This is that Reddit post that I showed you.
Yeah, it looked so fun.
It looks
We're
really
gonna have
good
to try that sometime.
in the community playdate.
Someone
for sure.
made Skee Ball in Halo 5.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Incredible. And then last but not least, we have the Halo Community Spotlight by Snickerdoodle over on HaloWaypoint.com.
The last shout out that I want to give is Top Halo Clips. Doing great work. Just bursted onto the scene, you know. A great way for their community to be engaged with the Halo clips. And you get a little prize there at the end if you win as well. And then also, one more shout out. If you have not submitted your clip to the Noob Combo February Halo 3 clip contest, make sure to do that. We're getting towards the end of February, and Shyway's the guest judge on that, so get the fuck in there. Submit your clip. What are you laughing about?
Wasn't there, couldn't you submit it from any Halo, but all the judges were, Halo 3 fans?
No, this is just a Halo 3 clip contest.
Okay, gotcha.
This one specifically. Top Halo clips you can submit on any game you want.
Got it.
Yeah. Is that it? Will?
So that's all we got for community creation.
Oh boy, Will. Well, we made it to the end of the show. And it's about that time where I contemplate to myself, do I stall or do I not stall? Do I sit here and reflect on life as it is, how it was, how it should be? Do I watch Will sip his Diet Mountain Dew Code Red, and now he looks at me from across the way wanting me to get the fuck on with it? And you know what, Will? I think I'm going to do just that. But first, I'm going to take a sip of my Mountain Dew Game Fuel. The Charged Cherry Burst Mountain Dew. Get at us.
You can find us on your favorite podcast services.
Will, plug the show!
Just search for HCS Pro Talk. We are on iTunes, Google Play, Podbean, Stitcher, and Spotify. Leave us a review and let others know about the show. You can join our Discord, join the community discussion over there. Great stuff going on every week, every day, really. Just people, random conversations, Halo talk, other games. It's awesome. You can join our Xbox Club or Spartan Company. Just search for HCS Pro Talk for those. If you're new to the community playdates, that's the best way for us to find you if you're in the Xbox Club as well.
Do you want me to spoil something for you, Will?
What's that?
It's really not the easiest anymore.
It's not.
I really just made them thinking it was going to be. But realistically, if you want to get into the community playdate, just send us a friend request.
All right, fair enough.
It's really that easy.
You can find us on the social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Mixer. Search for HCS Pro Talk there. And we also have our own eSportspedia page if you want to check that out as well. Again, search for HCS Pro Talk. Gosh, what do we got on the next episode?
An actual topic, Will.
Do you know what it is?
Nope. Dude, I'm fucking
I know you're neck deep in baby shit.
Shane, if you made it this far in the episode, I am so sorry for swearing the amount I have in this episode, man. It has been a hell of a week, my dude. And it's the nursery is completed. It's finally done. The furniture's been built. Everything is ready to go. We have everything built downstairs. The clothes are all put away. It's okay. I'm not prepared in a sense where I don't know what the fuck she's going to be like when she's born. I'm prepared in a sense that, you know what? I have my home basically all in order, ready to rock. And so I know I'll never be prepared for when she actually arrives, but in the state I'm in right now, I'm finally there. I built the crib on Sunday. It was super simple, but it just felt good to have it all finished. Man, it's just other things happening at home, at work, with school, whatever. It's been a week, man. So it's always just good. It's always just good though to have have Mondays where you and I just get to sit here and shoot the shit about Halo and other stuff. It's always fun for me. Yeah. yeah, we're going to have an actual topic next week. So the Zach interview is scheduled. Zach from Money Matches and Denial, and other companies as well. His interview is scheduled. We're going to have it. It's going to be great. Can't wait. But until then, we have a week or two beforehand where we can have actual topics. We can discuss things further. So I'm just going to ask this. It's kind of like a free-form question. If you guys have ideas for topics, let us know what you have. We'll see about including it for next week. Oh my God. I told you, every time we record a show, I always forget something, right? I think I remembered what I forgot. So, Marlon over on YouTube, he's in Chicago.
Okay.
So, in other words...
Do we get to meet Marlon when we go?
I'm hoping so. Marlon, if you're going to be at Halo Outpost Discovery in August, let us know. Or, if you're close enough to the event, we can meet up. We can get drinks or something. It'll be a good time.
Grab some pizza. I need to have some
You're going to be that guy?
I need some Chicago deep dish pizza, like from Chicago.
All right, that's fine. Marlon, if you know a great Chicago pizza place, deep dish or not, I'm not a deep dish guy. Give me options. Give us options.
Yeah.
Give us a great deep dish place and a great other traditional Chicago pizza place. We can hang out. It'll be a good time. And if anybody else is going to be at the Chicago Halo Outpost Discovery in August, we're going to be there.
Come say hi.
Yeah.
We'll be around the event all weekend.
All weekend. I think that does it. I think that's it. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for episode 60 of HCS Pro Talk. I want to thank you very much for listening. We'll be back next week with an actual topic of the show. If you have an idea for a topic, let us know. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Discord. You know, if you message us elsewhere, I probably won't see it, but, you know, you have options, I guess. Yeah, thank you very much for listening. We'll catch you next time. And maybe we'll have a Winter Series tournament that actually finishes correctly. But until next week, we love you. We'll see you then. Bye-bye!